Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Cornelia with you from Unique Properties. I hope you have, as much as possible, an amazing day out there with whatever is happening. I just wanted to give you some updates on what's happening in Dubai. So last night, just before 9 p.m., they announced a 24-hour a day sterilization program for the next 2 weeks in UAE. And what does that mean for us? That we are not going to go out of the house for 2 weeks. Of course, there are exempted people like working in the medical sector and many others that will be allowed to go out, and of course the supermarkets, pharmacies, and the ones really necessities are going to be open, and only one member of the family will be allowed to be to go outside of the house to make purchases or for any emergency, of course wearing a mask and gloves. So I have to say about this, honestly, I know many people, they don't enjoy being locked down, or this is actually not a lockdown, but we are indeed urged to stay in the house. If we go outside, I've seen today some videos where the radars are catching and flashing every single car that is going on the streets, starting the announcement, and of course heavy fines are getting imposed. However, I expected this to happen a little bit earlier than yesterday, but of course the government knows much better when it should be done, and I'll tell you why. Because now, for example, I'm already home for almost 2 weeks and people were still going outside. Unfortunately, people misuse certain instructions. I understand how difficult. I have a daughter as well, and she's 4 years old, and it's so difficult to keep her inside the house, and especially for these 2 weeks where we sat on the balcony to get some fresh air, and seeing other kids playing outside. She's asking me, why, Mama, we cannot go outside as well, and I have to explain to her why we cannot go, because otherwise, she might feel I don't want to let her go outside, and so on. I'm really happy that this has happened now, because I can see the results in other countries due to the lockdown, and I think China is one of the biggest examples. Yesterday, I believe they were standing only at 1,500 active cases in the country, while in other countries where the lockdown haven't been imposed very early and for as long as necessary, then the situation went out of the control. Now we are going to be home for the next 2 weeks, so I'm gonna try to be online with you more often. I'm also planning to make a session live. Now, I applied already 2 times on LinkedIn to give me the opportunity to make live sessions where I can interact with you, all of you, at the same time, because it is very difficult to cope with all the messages that I'm receiving, and I thought that maybe it will be a very good opportunity to go live. However, I didn't get any approval yet for that. So since I have my YouTube channel, I think I'm gonna schedule maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow, a session. I'm gonna put the schedule in now in the description, and all of you are invited, and the link, of course, and all of you are invited to talk to me, ask any questions if you may have any, and let us just interact a little bit more during these times, and we all pray together that is going to be finished very soon. Now, in Dubai, more than the sterilization, as I said, now one single member of the family who will go out will have to wear mask and gloves at the same time, and you are allowed to go, for example, if you have an emergency and I need to go to the hospital, on the way, because we have almost from from kilometer to kilometer. So each 1 kilometer, I think approximately in Dubai, you have a radar. It's a fixed one. So if I have to drive for an emergency and have to take my car, probably I'll take 15 radars going and 15 radars coming. Now, if it's an emergency, of course we can keep the receipts and prove it that it was an emergency. But for now, everyone is getting fines if they are going outside the house. So I think it's just common sense, you know. If for example I live in Dubai land, and I want to go to the supermarket, and the police will stop me in downtown and will ask me what am I doing, and I say I came at the supermarket, then they will ask me where do I live. I'll tell them in downtown. It's just common sense that actually I'm not coming just for the supermarket because I'm so far from home, right? So again, be positive, trust that all this period is going to go away sooner or later, and let's make the most out of it now, this present, not tomorrow, not after tomorrow, not after 1 week. We don't know what's gonna come, so let us do the most out of it today. And again, I really want to emphasize on the fact that many of us, we are working from home, so let us really not take our leave from home not serious, because this is indeed not a vacation, you know, and we have to prove ourselves to the people who are still paying us out there that, you know, we are going to do the tasks that we are required to, even though we are not supervised in the office. I wish you all the best. I'm waiting for your messages, or maybe actually you can let me know what's the best suitable time for you to have the online YouTube session with all of you. So but try to Google at the difference between your country and Dubai time, and let me know as per Dubai time what is best for you in your country to take part of this session. So let me know. Enjoy your day. Masalam.